Hello. Do we interrupt your usual Wednesday afternoon schedule with a stream? None other than Black Square's upcoming Bonanza and the Baron Professional. Ooh. And literally got an email. I was like, right, I know exactly what to do. Study them briefly and then stream. Right. And today's a busy day. Do you know, tonight is supposed to be busy. It was busy enough as it was, you know, before all this kind of happened. But sure, you know, I couldn't sit here on my own and just do the whole, you know, ooh and you know. It'd be weird. So I said, right, we'll jump on together, friends, for a live stream. So it's very much a preview. This is an upcoming aircraft, or a set of aircraft, the Bonanza and the Baron Pro from Black Square. And it's being released by Just Flight. So any caveats that we have with a first look preview of an aircraft not yet released, well, if there are any kind of strange or bugs or weirdness, well, you know, it'll be sorted. It will be sorted. But I'm very excited about these aircraft. Do you know, this is the time of day I'd be off doing push-ups and, you know, neck curls and, right. So we won't get our exercises in today at all. Jeez. But it'll be fine, friends. It'll be grand. I'm very excited about these aircraft. Over the last number of months, we've had absolutely cracking aircraft being released for Flight Sim 2024. Either brand new releases or we've seen updated releases. The brand new ones is the likes of A2A with the Aerostar, and we've seen Just Flight update the Aero Fleet. We've seen some really, really nice aircraft. And Black Square have been flat out busy as well. They've been updating the TBM. The Dukes have seen some love as well. And of course, any builds with that F406 Caravan too. General Aviation is definitely in the spotlight and in the sunshine all of a sudden, and it shows no sign of slowing down. It's very exciting, lads. This is our neck of the woods. Do you know what I mean? And yes, we're going to be taking a closer look to see what these are all about, what's on offer, how they might, you know, differ between the 2020 Steam Gauge overhaul, those analog packs that were released a number of years ago from Black Square, that pretty much put them on the map because it was a state of realism. They made general aviation aircraft study level, which is great to see. So we're going to be having a gawk at these now in a bit. How's your day going? It's a busy one. Not only are we doing this, later on we're to show the upcoming GOT friends, the Aeropract Vixen. A great bit of crack, that machine, right? Then we have Svalbard from Inibills, a beautiful scenery. And then we're over in the world of DCS, showcasing the upcoming C-130Js, right? It's flat out tonight and today. So I don't know, will we get a break? We might just have to carry on through, you know. But for anyone who's wondering, these particular aircraft we're looking at now, they're going to be made available next Tuesday, October 28th, right? So that's the, you know, I was having a great day till some dude interrupted it. It's grand, Dougal. You can clock out early. It's fine. I'm here now, you know. It's grand. Move that to where it belongs with me Podge and Rod stuff. But yeah, I've had a very busy day. I've been flat out today. And, well, no sign of it slowing down, I can tell you. Do you know? But anyway, you're all very welcome in, lads. I'll read down through the feature lists, what these aircraft are all about. And we're going to start off here with the Beechcraft Bonanza. Because what's kind of head-scratching, with each of these new aircraft, the Bonanza or the Baron, there are 3 variants of each. What? 3 different variants of each aircraft, and they all kind of behave a little bit differently, in particular when it comes to either the turbocharged stuff or indeed the the turbocharged stuff, right? It's freaking nuts. There's a turboprop Bonanza. It's nuts, right? Absolutely mad. But yes, you haven't lost 3 hours. Don't worry, it's not 8 o'clock. All is well in the realm. It's just a normal time of day. But we're on early. But anyway, look, who's here? We'll get started. Welcome everyone in. Spitfire RAF 100, top of the afternoon to you. Mountain Man, good to see you. Rip Johnny, good to see you, Rip. Flipper Alloy is here. Viper Strike, good afternoon. The Impossible Face, Swap 21. Peace Swan, good to see you, buddy. Malky Mac is here. Lead Ballooner, welcome aboard. I put me newly gained stall knowledge earlier. I flew into Westray from Skatsa, and I forgot it was that airport. Ouch. Yes, that'll do it for you. Mr. 90, hello. Max Stallion is here. Good to see you, buddy. Heisenberg is currently on his lunch break. What's for lunch today, Heisenberg? ABU Inspector, welcome aboard. DCS Dux is here. AZ Blue Line, good morning. APU Inspector, happy hump day indeed. It absolutely is. For Heisenberg, it's the middle of his day, so is that to be considered a double hump day? That's a very good question. I would say yes. Yes, absolutely. Operator Starsky says, Murph, will you also review the A32 tonight? I'm kind of lost with all the announcements. The A32, that's the isn't that the Godfriends one? The Aeropract? No? The A32? I think that's the one. But yes, we're showcasing that as well tonight, lads. It's flat out busy. Stu Snape, good to see you, buddy. Soaring AJ. AJH man, you're welcome aboard. Eamon 1973, squeezing in a cheeky stream. Yes. Doc Nader, happy Wednesday. Norse Viking, good to see you, buddy. Fly with Craig, good to see you, Craig. Hope you're well, man. Massive congratulations and stuff. Craig, you've been flat out. Engagement, holidays, streaming. Generally looking good. Do you know what I mean? He's doing great things. Crafty Tigers, welcome in. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, is here. Oh, good to see you, man. I'm usually watching Grizz at this hour. Poor fella's streaming. His streaming PC is shagged. Grizzles is. Oh, the poor devil. DeBlaze, good to see you, buddy. Murph, if you could forward my email address to Nick, that'd be great. Sure. Now, Shining Me Crocs. Yeah. Where's this now? Ox, welcome aboard. Doc Nader says, came for the bug, stayed for the weirdness. Yes. But yes, Gamer Taurus, welcome in. Do we know when it'll be on sale? Next week. And there's a deal as well. If you've owned the analog versions in 2020, there is a discount that's going to be made available next week as well. So that's great news. Do you know? Great news. But yes, I was having a great day, right? Flight Sim Max, good to see you. Four Naxis here. Retriever Neil, welcome aboard. Steve's Place, howdy. Captain Norse, a very good evening to you. Hope you're well, buddy. Kill Switch is here. 20 streams in a row, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Murph, Godfriends posted that the Vixen will be released after your stream today. First time, I'm hoping it's a short one. Brilliant. Yes, Godfriends are first in the queue on our live stream this evening. Looking forward to it. Wraith Tempest, welcome in. Robert J56 is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Who else come in the door here now? Dazza T Arab. Happy Wednesday, Dazza. Hope you're well. Cord Wolf, my dude. Good to see you, buddy. Right, quick check over here on the tube of you, and we welcome some folks in. Northland Air, well, a very happy Wednesday to you, my guy. Mutt Dog is in the house. Sandman, good afternoon. FMJ is here. Welcome in. I'm lucky you weren't around for F1 yesterday. We had some racing last night. I still haven't got over it, Tyler Pask, welcome in. You sound like Jacksepticeye. What are you talking about? He used to live up the road from me. But welcome in. Operator Starsky, yes, that is the one. We will be showing that one off later on. King of the Rodeo, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. Mr. Derpy Shark, welcome in. Rambog Mord is here. Good to see you, Rambog. Hope you're well, buddy. Zerg is in the house. And let me see, did I miss anyone? No, I think I've got everyone. What's the difference between a wife and a... Jesus, Zerg. Brilliant.
Hello there.
You going out, are you? In the well for some? Is your phone charged? Carry on. Greta's watching. When you're out with your friends, just... Greta's watching. But yes, right. Gibbo, good to see you. My dude, Gibbo Ireland in the chat as Strap21. Yes, big business. Good to see you, buddy. Register for the Dublin event next month. Not as excited for commuting through Dublin. It'll be grand. It'll be early in the morning, sure. Bring breakfast rolls, At what time are we expecting the Herc reveal? That's going to be a little bit later on this evening. So what's going to happen? We're showcasing this stuff today, which wasn't on the plan. It's just happening. Then at 1900 Zulu, the news starts. About an hour for what's going on. Then we've got friends. We have a bit of scenery to show off, and then we're going over to DCS. So if I were a guessing man, I would say in about 4 hours, maybe, give or take. That's when the C-130 is in, right? It's going to be a long one. Hammer Nails, what? Haven't been around lately. What's the deal with the Greta thing? She watches everything, anything that has any sort of impact on the environment whatsoever. Oh, and also having fun. Right, she's anti all that. Yeah, Greta who? Greta then. Right, come on, we'll get started, will we? She said, how dare you? What are you talking about? No, oh no, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did. Oh, no, she did. She did it again. Right, anyway, P.S. Miranda, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Right, now... That may have made a wee noise there, but we should be okay, right? We should be all right. So, you're very welcome in. And yes, it's very much a preview here of the new Black Square aircraft currently in development, we'll ramble over to the store page over on the justflight.com website, and here you can get a full read up into what these aircraft are going to be all about. And as I said, they are due to release next Tuesday, October 28th. Now here's one. Existing Black Square steam gauge overhaul analog Baron and Bonanza bundle owners will get a 20% code for a 20% discount code for the new professional bundle, right? But let's just say you wanted just one of them. Well, existing owners of the steam gauge overhaul analog Baron or indeed the Bonanza, well, you'll also get 20% off buying the single aircraft, right? So if you have both of them, you'll get a discount to buy both of them. If you've only bought one of them, you'll already have the discount. But the good news is the bundle of these aircraft, $55.95, which isn't bad considering it's two aircraft with 3 variants each. There are 6 airplanes to explore, and you also get a 20% discount if you've owned them before. It's huge, lads. It's huge. Do you know? So, yes, let's see what happens. Ken Michael, good to see you. It is. Rambog, yeah, absolutely brilliant. So, you know, we're no stranger to what Black Square have been able to do in the world of Microsoft Flight Sim. We've seen with their aircraft, and Nick has managed to code them in such incredible ways when it comes to the avionics, the systems, environmental controls, navigation options, and of course the engine modeling itself. And you have all these visualizers, you know, an inspiration that we got from A2A with AccuSim, looking, you know, inside the engine, how it's operating. Well, Black Square is doing all of these things. What's very exciting about these aircraft is they are stand-alone aircraft. If you were to look back at the analog overhaul, the steam gauge overhaul, they were using the Asobo aircraft and they were just heavily coded, heavily modified. But it meant then, you know, you couldn't necessarily get into the cabin, you couldn't open the doors, you couldn't really explore all the little nooks and crannies of the aircraft itself. These are different. Because, well, these are built from the ground up. And they also include an incredible sound set from Boris AudioWorks. So very, very excited to see what these can do. Now, when it comes, just like all Black Square aircraft, right, they are, to use the term, study level, meaning that they're very high fidelity. However, there is an entry point. You can kind of get in by not having all of the consequence, you know, that you'd have to sit down and really study these. However, my advice, you will always get more enjoyment from these add-ons if you study the logic behind them. If you like, because they're modeled on real-world aircraft, real-world performance, feedback from pilots, feedback from mechanics. I mean, that's the level that, you know, Black Square go with these. So you'll actually get far more enjoyment out of these products if you do some of the reading. And the good news is, right now, available on Just Flight's website, we can actually download the manuals for each of these aircraft. And there's quite a lot going on there. And yes, they will look at things like the different nav options, navigational equipment. They'll look at things like your, you know, what GPS units do you want in there, but they'll also go into the finer schematics of the aircraft when it comes to the environmental controls, the electrical systems, pneumatics if they're there, and the engines. Like, there's quite a lot going on. Not to mention they come with a massive failure list featuring, there's over 130 failures across each aircraft. And there is the usual wear and tear. You can, like, damage the engine, guilty, and you've all this kind of stuff happening, which is great, do you know? So these are what we're going to check out today. So we're going to start off with the Bonanza, and there's been plenty of Bonanzas out, as we know, in the sim. We've seen it from Microsoft, we've seen it from Coronado. Oh, Colonel Fork, so would I, dude. If we got a V-tail Bonanza in there, I would be happy. I must ask Nick, do you know the way you've done all this work, you wouldn't just throw on an L V-tail? The problem with the V-tail, of course, it would fly so differently, do you know? But anyway, so they're the product pages. I'll share this in the chat, lads. Not that you need to do much Googling to find it, but keep an eye on that. And well, that's where the aircraft are going to become available. You can also read down to see everything that's there. And of course, the detailed operating manuals. There's a lot of detail in this, just hundreds of pages, you know. So as we are looking at this aircraft, which is currently still in development, it's on a very short final, there are a few little kind of small bits to consider. Black Square are currently struggling. Well, they're not. Asobo broke the tail registration number for a number of aircraft. Black Square are one of them. So you know the dynamic tail number? It is fixed in Sim Update 4 and there's a clickable switch, but if you're using this in Sim Update 3, don't expect to see custom tail numbers. It might work, then again, it may not work. So that's one of the issues. There's also a new bug introduced with Sim Update 4 that Black Square and Just Flight are scratching their head trying to figure out. Well, they can't fix it. Asobo need to fix it. It's to do with the brightness, the illumination power of a number of different internal and external lights. So there's weird things happening with the lights inside Sim Update 4 beta right now, but they expect that and they hope that to be fixed whenever Sim Update 4 gets pushed out the door, right? So, hello there. Shall we start? We're looking at here, which is a Beechcraft Bonanza. And Wahabi, welcome in. Or is it Wahabi? Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. So a Beech Bonanza. Savage history with this aircraft, of course. You know, they've been out for quite some time. They were first introduced into service, 1947, neck of the woods, was when these started to be pushed in there, right? There's some 18,500 of these aircraft built since then, and they're still being manufactured to this day. The Beechcraft Corporation, which is now, I think, Textron Aviation. So they're still being built, right? And first flew on the 22nd of December, 1945, lads. And, like, the different variants, anywhere from, like, the Debonair, anywhere from the A35, the B35, the A36, like the list goes on and on and on. The Model 36 Bonanza, which is, let's have a look here now. We'll get our official numbers and stuff here. So the Baron and Bonanza. So let's have a look what they're modelled on. Like the amount of systems, it's going to be nuts. Normally aspirated Baron 58 model. And then we have the Bonanza A36 based on the mid 2000s, right? So it's from kind of 1970 all the way up to about 2005. That was the A36 model, and it went on after that. And we also get some of the other variants. We also get there's a TC, which is the turbocharged Continental version, amongst others. The G36, of course, you might be familiar with that. The Oscar, welcome in, buddy. G36, we've all known of that name as well. So yeah, look, they're a phenomenal general aviation aircraft. And I mean, they're very comparable to, they're bigger than your Cessnas, right? These are up there with kind of your even they're probably bigger and stronger than your Cessna 182. But in terms of what a useful load is, just an incredible bit of equipment. And they're highly popular. I mean, last time I was in the States, I was in Arizona. No, not the last time, but when I was in the States, I was down in Flagstaff and in Arizona, and like an absolute beaut of a Bonanza was taking off, and the sounds, and they just look different. You know what I mean? It's just they look gorgeous. You know. It comes with a number of liveries that we can see. It also has a built-in weather radar unit and, of course, tip tanks. Everything looks better in tip tanks. So we're just looking at the visuals because this is a standalone built aircraft. It's not like using the default Asobo models. Not anymore. This is its own aircraft built, as I say, from the ground up. And it has pretty much everything you would expect to see from Flagstaff, right? Or from Flagstaff, from Black Square. Flagstaff is a great place, Kieran. It has everything you would expect to see. I mean, there's really nice attention to detail. The modelling is super. There's nice texture work. Overall, from the exterior, they're beautiful aircraft, and they tend to run very, very well. They look the part, and they're cool looking, man. They're cool. And as you can see from the liveries as well, a number of different liveries will ship with the products, and each variant as well. So you can have the same kind of livery with different variants. Again, if we might come across one or two little issues. I can see here that one of the remove before flight tags, well, that's kind of playing inside some of the bodywork there. But these are things that'll be fixed. You know what I mean? I've spent a lot of time in Flagstaff, but only on American Truck Sim. There you go. Yeah, Flagstaff is awesome. But just looking around the aircraft, you can get a real feel for like you know, attention to detail and how it's all put together. And it's gas because, like, general aviation aircraft, you're more involved with up close and personal and checking all the components. With the airliners, from the pilot's perspective, you know, they have maintenance crews to do that. Yes, they need to have eyes on, but when it comes to, like, you know, control surfaces and checking everything, so far as, like, you know, checking the linkage between a control surface and a spar or whatnot, it's a different level of immersion that you're looking at, do you know? So yeah, I think outside everything's looking really, really nice. Beautiful textures there. Like, look at the cracks in the paint. Look, Jesus, it's not a brand new airplane look. So there's really nice texture work here. Lights, everything's looking great here. We have all our remove before flight details, static elements. They're all sitting there. Avgas grade 100 or 100 LL, and we'll double check the far side. Twin tanks, beautiful. We'll have our drain stations down here as well, which we do. We've a runoff. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, model, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Only a couple of more hours, SU-25. Yes, indeed, a couple of more hours for the C-130 for the Herc. So what we're going to do, we'll jump inside the cabin and just have a look and see what our options are. So welcome to the cabin of the cockpit of the Bonanza. Window works, nice. And I'm pretty much in the same boat as you lads. This literally just appeared. So, you know, we're kind of exploring this together. There was a control lock already in place, and it does work. It actually stops you from moving your controls. Nicely done. We shall remove that. I noticed the armrest here will move up as well. Nicely done. And of course, we'll have our tablet. We'll go in and mess with that now in a moment. So we have the options of doing the external walk around ourselves. So if we go into the Microsoft Flight Sim walk around mode, we can click on things and remove them. And we can interact with things as well, such as ailerons. You can see the yokes moving up there in the top left. It's all looking good. I did see pictures. In fact, they were able to open up the cowling. I'm unsure, can we do that? I imagine we can. There is a handle here, so who knows, lads? Who knows? We'll get exploring here now in a minute. Okay, we can move the prop, which is a good sign. Remove the intake covers. So a bit of reading will be required, but there's definitely a click spot. So we'll go off and hang on. Could be this. Usually it's this guy here. Okay, that did a something. Don't know what that did. We'll try it on this side. Okay, we'll read up on it. Just in case, we'll read up on it. So you have the option of doing everything manually, or you can just go by the tablet. So if we bring up the tablet here, and we can see our options. So we can see the wheel chocks, torpedo covers, engine covers, external power, engine heater, and all the jazz. We have our fuel and load. This is where we can open up the pilot door, the cabin door, refill oxygen as well. And we have our center of gravity. Tip tank, so let's say, let's call it 30, and 8 is fine. We can go pounds or kilos, that's great. Engine visualizer, clean the cylinders, clean the plugs, repair the starter and recharge the starter. Nicely done. And we also have repair the engine as well. Some nice options in here. Also, just let's look at the engine. So yes, we have a cowl flap. We can see our cylinders here. We can see pistons here. It has an oil pump. That's going to be important. You're going to be familiar with that when it came to the Dukes. We also have our mags here on either side, and ambient air coming in, turbocharger. So this is going to be interesting when we're looking at it. On the electrical side then, we have the gear motor, starter motor, main alternator, and our battery. And over the far side then, flat motor, standby altimeter, and also your external power. And then we have our main bus and our avionics bus. So you can kind of see where everything's being powered from. And when you do turn on a system, you'll see it light up like a grid, and you can follow along to see what it's doing. Anyone who's operated the Starship and of course the Dukes, but Black Square, they've really kind of enhanced the environmental controls of the aircraft. The temperature, not just for your passengers, but also then when it comes to the Aviation or the avionics bay and so on and so forth. So we can see a lot of stuff here. Engine exhaust, we've ram air that's coming in from the front, goes through the filter. You can see the exhaust ram air coming in the sides. They can be introduced into the cabin. Your air conditioning compressor unit, a condenser door, the outflow, tail inlet. So there is actually an inlet in the tail if you wanted to go off and explore that. because looking at the schematics we can see it. So there should be an inlet somewhere for the tail, possibly there. But to me, that possibly outflow, would it not? Static ports, they're all cool. Various antennas and stuff underneath. I have the doors open. We do also have some. Now, how does the ram air get in for the top? I wonder. Need to go off and figure that one out. Man, look at the detail though. Jesus. Yes, there is a lot of stuff going on under that. So they're very much an aircraft you can go off and actually like learn. You know, Airlock, good to see you, buddy. Murph, are you trying to break everyone's watch streak? Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do. Let me see. We also have oxygen on board. We have the ear discomfort, which is a new one, and then we have our failure list. And there are so many failures. You can fail them straight away. You can have them set to the mean time between failures. And I remember Nick telling me before, these schematics, these numbers, right? See the way he put in 2,000 hours? Well, these numbers were actually based on a study and also engineering information that NASA had. I kid you not, that they were able to test, yeah, a magneto should take about 2,000 hours between any sort of risk of failing. And that's where these figures come from. He didn't just put them in for the fun of it. Not nuts, isn't it? Pilot, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So, yeah, interesting stuff. So let me see. We have our other options here at the start. Cloud strobe effect, loaded covers and chocks deployed, VR static position for your tablet. You can show the co-pilot from the inside. You can hide the radar pod if you wish. Force toggle tip tanks regardless of the type. VATSIM options here. You can monitor COM 1 and 2 and then show your dynamic tail registration. But I think that's when, Sim Update 4 is going to do the stuff. We also have a barrel load of options for our avionics, including the third parties of PMS50 and TDS, and we can go ahead and change up exactly what sort of avionics we want. We can go with none. Let's just confirm this, and we could break it now. Remember, this is pre-release, but it's changing the autopilot, it's changing all the avionics, and there you go. That's pretty cool. Caleb, it's coming out next Tuesday, buddy. Next Tuesday. I'm a big fan of Garmin, so I'm going to go with the 750 and 650 avionics suite and load them all in there. And what else we want to do here now? So we're going to go ahead and close the pilot door, close the cabin door. We've sufficient fuel. I'm happy enough with that. All right. And we'll go ahead and leave the tablet down here for the moment. Now, as we continue on, all the circuit breakers are modeled. And a lot of the time, you could have an issue. One of these could pop. You may not know what the actual problem is. You could have a system on the aircraft that's failing, and just because it's affecting something else, it could blow out another circuit breaker. So just because the circuit breaker pops out, that doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, the annunciator lights, for example, right? So you could say, yeah, I have a problem with my annunciator lights, but you may not. There could be another system failing that's causing those annunciator circuit breaker to pop. Like that's the depth of this thing. But anyway, we're going to check that all of these are in and in place. We also have our carbon monoxide sensor down here. We'll test that. So we have 2 lights on and the status is blinking. Our Hobbs meter is 00. We haven't done anything with this machine just yet. This looks like to be an air vent. Or at least it was in the Bonanzas I was in. Yeah, they're air vents. Right. What else do we have here? Nothing on the floor, I think. I don't think we've anything by way of emergency gear or any of that. At least not that I can remember. But you just wouldn't know. We'll double check it. No, we're looking good. Anything under the floor mat here? No. Anything under here? No. They would tend to leave all this very close to the pilot. But again, it's some really nice details here. We've more circuit breakers going around the bottom. We're looking at the avionics circuit breakers. Then you'll be looking at the main bus breakers as well. The person who's upside down is Mrs. TPHI. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Right, we'll come on down over here. And this is where we have our fuel valve, our fuel tank selector, right? So it's currently in the right main, left main, and I absolutely love this detail. We can't actually turn off the fuel without pressing the fuel stop button, and now it's locked. That's just it's well, I don't know how long it takes to code, but like it's just you've no fear of shutting this thing off. You know what I mean? So we'll go onto the right tank. Remove winter baffles when outside air temperature exceeds +3 degrees. Look at that. Winter baffles, you say. But yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So, what else? I'm happy enough here with our circuit breakers. They're all in. Let's have a double check on our controls now that they work. So throttle, prop, and we have a manual mixture, single engine, which is interesting because it's a good size throttle, isn't it? It looks like it's 2, but it's only the 1. What else do we have? We have oxygen switches and we have instrument lighting. We'll disappear the yokes here for the moment just to see what we can see. So before we get going, landing gear is in the down position, flap handle is in the up position, right? So it just means when we turn on the battery, we shouldn't have anything move, right? Before we turn on the battery, there's a couple of things. We're going to turn on the beacon light. So as soon as we turn on the battery, that beacon light will fire up, and we're going to engage now the master battery switch. The gyro is spinning, and even on your backup instruments or your artificial horizon, you'll see it now when the main vac is turned on. These backup instruments, they're being powered. There's actually physics at play. They're not just running around the screen. You got it from real aircraft, you know. Gene is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Can't wait for these to drop. Yeah, dude, it's so good. Might as well call this a news bonus. Super Ty, good to see you, buddy. All right, so battery's on. We can check in our fuel. Left and right is looking good. Bus voltage is about 24 volts. That's looking okay. Right-hand side, oxygen tank is full, right? We also have some lights here, interior lights we can play with and have a look at those later on. I don't think we can open here. No, we can't. And let's just get ourselves a little bit familiar. With the Bonanza, we have tip tanks, so we would transfer the tip tanks into the main tanks. So there's no direct feed between our tip tanks towards the engine. They'd have to go directly to us. We also have our cabin air temperature. That's the temperature inside the cabin right now, which is quite warm. So we'll start figuring some stuff out at the moment. We do have warning lights here when it gets too hot or too cold. We have an annunciator light panel test. We'll press and hold that and then release. It's saying that the gyro has a problem. That's okay. Load meter is either primary or secondary. We'll look after that in a moment. Standby gyro. We can hear the gyro spin on, and we're going to see our artificial horizon power up. Do you hear that sound? That's just the gyro. And then it spins down. That's ridiculous. It's freaking gyro like, right? Now I wonder, should I go for external power here for the moment? Will this work? So these are probably yet to be implemented, so I don't see the external power coming in. Now whether or not that'll work, because we can turn on the external power. We'll leave yeah, it doesn't seem to be working right now. All right. We'll worry about that one later, lads. So that was the external, let me see, beacon light, the strobe lights. The strobe lights in these, you can actually hear them pulsating. Right, that's what you're up against here. Panel lights, turn them on so we can see what we're doing. So we're going to prime this aircraft. So we're going to bring our mixture to rich, prop full, open the throttle just a little bit. Parking brake is indeed on. We have our mags down here. Alternator stays off until we need to run the engine. Nav lights turn on as well. We don't want to run it out though. So we have our auxiliary fuel pump. We have 2 settings, low or high. Fuel valve is open. We're going to go to low. And we're looking at fuel flow right here. So we haven't gotten a reading yet. We open up that throttle, we're going to see fuel flow coming in. And then fuel flow back. And then pump off. Now if we were to go high, you can see the difference. Because the pump is working higher, you can actually see more fuel coming in there. That's friggin' nuts, isn't it? Now there was something else I wanted to check out, because there was the oiler. Now I don't see a pre-oiler button here, so our hope is going to be this will all happen with the engine when we fire it up, right? So let us go to the engine page. So that oil pump, I don't see where I have a separate switch for that, so my hope is that'll be with the aircraft engine. So with our mags, we're going to go right, left, both, and you can see our mags coming online. Open our window here if we can. And what we're going to do, we're going to try and start this machine up. Let's just see what happens. It'll either explode or it won't, but fingers crossed. So we're going to open the throttle. We'll say clear prop, and let's see what happens. Are we ready? Oh man, did you hear that? Jesus! Okay, get the alternator on. Standby alternator. We can test all these systems here now in a moment. Manny, good to see you, buddy. You got the Aerostar 5 minutes ago. Oh, Aerostar is so good, man. So good. Right, let us close the window. And all our sounds are working perfectly. And we're going to just ease out some of this mixture as we're sitting here on the ground, so we don't cook the spark plugs, right? Did you hear that sound? HK, good to see you, buddy. Right, so let's continue on here. So we have a number of other buttons and switches. So our electrical systems, let's have a quick look in here. So we can see that our main alternator is running. Now, I also have a standby alternator, so let's go in and have a look at this. If I turn off the standby alternator, which is over here, right? And now I turn off my main alternator, and now go with the standby alternator. Standby alternator release. So there should be a button for this, perhaps. Huh. This could be interesting. Avionics, no. Blower, no. Oxygen, no. I wonder. Because basically what it's showing us, there's redundancy in all of these systems. And that's what we want. You know, that's what we want. Hatchet says, hopefully they fix the torque physics. Only way a Bonanza shakes like that in startup is if the engine mounts are loose. Hatchet, you do know this is a turbocharged version. This isn't your standard A36. So this particular model, this is the A36 TC, which means it's the turbocharged Continental. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot more power in this than your standard. Do you know? All right, okay. So the engine is ticking over nicely. Temps and pressures are pretty much where I want them. We're going to go ahead now and go with the Avionics master switch. Great sounds. And you can see our instruments doing their stuff. You can also tap on the glass. Look at that. That's friggin' awesome. So we can tap on the glass as well to make sure that if there were any issues, it'll sort itself out. Pretty cool, right? But yeah, it's got to be a fuse you need to pull to go to the alternator with the iPad routing you were doing a second ago. Do you reckon? Well, it's working now with the main alternator on. If I were to turn off the standby altimeter, standby. So there's three things. But again, this is where you get to learn the machine. You can go off and figure out, read the manual to say, look, that's what it does. Like here's the standby gyro, for example. Let's see now. Air conditioning, air blower. They're all good. So, standby vacuum pump. So if we were to go and say alternator off, right? That's just, it just means it's using the battery. If you go on the alternator, now what happens if you turn the battery off? Well, our avionics are on, so it may not like that. We'll try it. No, it didn't like that. So the battery has to be on, powering everything. Alright. Turn off the avionics. Battery coming back on. Get the main alternator on. And we'll get those avionics back on as well. So we can see what's running and what isn't running from here, right? So let me see. The cabin lights, it's not detecting those. So there are interior lights. Probably cabin lights up here, which we do. Nice. And behind, oh yeah, look at all the lights we got. This is awesome. That's the wrong button, Murph. Stupid top bar. Okay, cabin lights have now lit up. Stall warning, heat, vent blowers, air conditioner unit. Okay, so our current inside temperature is 28 degrees. Well, let's have a look at the old environmental controls to see what we can do, right? So we have these vents here on the side, but we also have all this stuff. In case of engine fire, pull this control, so we don't need to do that. Pilot heat, or sorry, pitot heater, strobe lighting, defrost, aft cabin or cabin heater, oxygen switch. Interesting. Alternate air is there. Alternator load or bus faults, they're all grand. Oxygen, lighting. Man, the detail on these are fantastic. Do we have the engine? We do. Engine condition is there as well, and we can see if there's any failures. Perfect. And we have our GTNs running. Beautiful. Okay. What else do we have? Flaps. Cowl flaps. Let's go ahead and open them, guys. Those sounds are so good, aren't they? Do you have the final release? It's a beta. It's a beta. I hope there's no fingerprints on the primary instrument. Oh yeah, right. Primary instruments. Brilliant. The knock noise also work in the windows. No, it's just on the avionics. So vent blower. Now, if we were to look at the temperature in which that's blowing, auxiliary fuel pump is off, lights, strobe, pitot heat. We'll go with the pitot heat, although sitting on the ground it's not very cold. Defrost aft cabin, but it's air we're looking for. So cabin heat, well, we don't necessarily want heat. So we should be able to open these guys. Let's have a look at the cabin. AC blower. So I don't know where we can go with our temperature or our set point. Ah, we can see the target here. So how do we adjust that? It's from your cabin heat. So you adjust your temperature by your cabin heater down here, look. See that? So we're going to keep our target heat a little bit lower. 16 degrees, and we'll get the blower on high. Right? So that's our aircon blower. The condenser door and the evaporator. Now that's probably... I don't want to say it's... automated. What is it? Vent blowers, right? So the aircon unit is on, but when does the condenser work? So I'll have to go off and do a bit of reading on that as well. Okay. Right, what else do you want to look at here? That's all looking good. Oxygen. You can hear the oxygen, right? That's awesome. Cabin temperature starting to drop. Here's our tip tanks, and that's when we turn on their own transfer pumps. They'll transfer from the tip tanks into the main fuel tanks. So that's pretty awesome. I'll go into map here, just have a look. And AC door extended. Okay. Is that it underneath us? I mean, that looks like it, lads, doesn't it? There's a filter on it. So if that's the AC door, let's carry on back in here. Let's turn off the blower, right? And let's turn off the AC. And let's look back under. There's your AC. Look at that, man. That's brilliant, isn't it? So that would want to be closed on takeoff and landing because, well, drag, right? I mean, it's almost like a speed brake. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so we know what the crack is now with the aircon. So inside temperature, we'll leave the aircon off for the moment, although we can still use the blower, right? So that's all good. Anything else we need to check on? So the engine, let me see. Ambient air coming in into the turbocharger. We'll start increasing the power of this Mohawkie here now, just to give us an hour listen of it, right? Now, our propeller amp, so we do have de-icing capability here. So we have our prop de-icer. So we're going to turn this on for a moment because I want to check two things. One, I want to see the prop amps, but two, I want to see what the load is going to be on our electrical system, right? So let me see. Prop de-ice, alternator load shot up, and our prop amps are now up and running. Sweet. And then the pitot heat, that'll just increase the load. Now, in terms of our RPM and where we're sitting, everything's relatively calm, right? But if we start increasing now, just to see and just to listen how it all sounds, right? So what we've RPM here, we're just hovering over the 1,000 at the moment. Let's bring it up there to about 1,500, and it's the sounds, right? That's a turbocharged engine, right? Absolutely amazing. Practically Geek, good to see you, Brian. Hope you're well. So let's see. I need change now to our cabin. So that AC door condenser, she's spinning now, look. So hang on, right? If I were to reduce the RPM, there's insufficient power, it looks like, to power the AC. So ACG Avionics says increasing engine RPM is often needed for the AC to run. We've just proven that now. Sitting on idle, there doesn't appear to be enough juice in the system to power up the AC unit. If we increase the RPM, look at that, man. Like, that's nuts, right? Brilliant. Yeah, above 1200 it seems to be happy. So we're at 12 and a little bit. And there's our AC running. So if we let this run now for the moment, AC doors extended, we know that. We're going to see this cabin temperature drop something fierce. Our set point on that target is 10 degrees, so we can increase that, of course. That's probably too much. 13 degrees, let's let that be our target and we see what happens, right? So while it's doing that, lads, we're going to jump out and have a listen to this engine ramble up and then ramble down. Are we ready? Mind your ears now. Oh man, it's pretty, isn't it? Let's have a listen. Man, do you hear that whistle of the turbo? That is ridiculous. That is insane. No, I don't think so, Airlock. Looks very pretty though, doesn't it? Jesus. Alive, the sounds. Let's bring it to full idle. That's gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. So we got a low volt warning. That's because the AC was trying to run. Where's this view after going? Back here to me seat, please. Right, okay, so inside temperature is now 22 degrees. Well, let's go ahead and shut down the AC. And well, we're going to go flying this machine here now. So taxi light coming on. I think we're looking good okay here. We're looking good okay there. Don't need oxygen to worry about just yet. What else do we want? Blower is grand. Pitot, I don't think I need it yet. Let's just see what it's like handling on the ground, right? Air discomfort, that's all to do with like pressures and all the jazz. Alright, so off the parking brakes. Beautiful sounds even with the control surfaces. Stunning. Alright. Oh man, doesn't that look absolutely savage? Test the brakes. Brakes are good. I'm gonna ramble out here. It's a good thing existing analog Baron Bonanzas get a discount. Yeah. Oh yeah, Colonel Fork, I agree, buddy. I agree. Anyone see a windsock, no? We'll chance it. We're turbocharged, so she probably won't mind now a bit of a tailwind. Let's see what happens. So while we're here, we can test the flap operation. Let's have a sound or a listen for this. So the flap motor, it's an electric motor. Nice sounds. Okay. Let me see here now. So landing lights can come on. Our strobe lights can come on at this stage. And we'll get our transponder set up here for altitude reporting. Beautiful sounds, isn't there? Does the windsock off to me right? Yeah, right. We'll worry about it tomorrow. Actually, where is the wind coming from? We're all right. We're all right. We're lucky. We're lucky, right? So let's do a quick run up here. Up over the hill, Murph. Oh, you devil, yeah. All right. Let's sit tight. Apply the parking brake. Alrighty. So we're gonna go mixture rich. RPM. Bring it up. $2,000 on the RPM. Another little bit. Oh, the sounds, man.
Hello there.
All right, let's go to the right mag. There's the drop. Back to both. Left mag. It sounds smooth. There's the drop. Back to both. And let's cycle the prop. There's one. Oh, that sounds real good. So you can even hear with the prop cycle, charging the prop, the governor kicking in, a little bit slower on the first round, and then it gets faster. Savage. Pay in 3 is the best thing ever. Mr. Chippy, good to see you, buddy. Right, okay, let's quick check. We'll go fuel pump low for takeoff. Standby gyro. So that's more of a backup instrument. We'll leave it off. We're looking good down here. Pedo, leave it off for the moment. Lights are looking good. We will set 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. And let's see what happens here. So, off the brake. Now, there's another thing missing. We'll have a look for it now in a second with the tablet. Do you know what I'm looking for? You know the, is there headphone simulation? I'm sure there is. Ah, Jesus. There is. What a machine. That's before we even go exploring now. I don't think we can lift tray tables or anything. Oh, we can! Ah, brilliant. Very nice. Yes. And of course, our chocks and whatnot are in our stowage area. What's it sound like with the door open? Look at the loading space you have. Like, that's a huge selling point of the Bonanza. It's just how big it is. Awesome. Absolutely friggin' awesome. Right. Let's see what the thing is like airborne. Are we ready, sports fans? We'll turn off these fellas for a minute. Just to get the sounds. Do you know what I mean? Easing out. Animations, oh, they're so smooth. Alright, let's hold station here. So, air blower is on, but our AC unit is off. So, let's see what happens here. Power coming in. And let's go flying. Jesus. Airspeed live.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
80 knots. 85. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Man, the sounds. Holy muckridge, the sounds. Flaps in. Ease off no RPM now. Alright.
Oh, behave.
The sounds. Cold Nebel, thank you for the bids. Okay, quick check. So gear is up. Flaps have been retracted. Decent climb power. Do you hear the wind already? I wonder now, will that change when I start messing around with the that air coming in? Alright, easy now. So we're going to call it 3,000 feet. I want to stick this onto heading mode if I can. Let's see what happens here. 1,000 feet to go. So we'll go, let me see, flight director. We'll go heading. We'll go vertical speed. Call it 1,000. Activate the autopilot. That's awesome. Everything is working the way it should. So these sounds, right? Let's see, can we impact on them? And will you get out of it? Listen. That's insane. And the sound is changing the more it opens or closes. Like, it's not like a static sound. It's friggin' nuts. Right, let's go for cruise power here. So let's call it 24. 24. That's probably too high. Let's go 21, 21. Or 22, 22. 22 inches. And 2200. And how is she behaving? Oil temperature is good. Pressure is good. Cylinder head temperature is good. Fuel flow is mighty, but we can reduce that now. Although we're not very high, we won't see much of a gain. That's probably the best we can do. Have we got an EGT monitor? Oh, we do over here, look. Perfect. 28 degrees now inside the airplane, so we can go back for aircon. And let's just see, right? Now, I didn't read the manual, but like, let's see if we open that aircon, is it going to have an impact on our speed? You'll see it from our analog airspeed indicator, but also our ground speed. So let's just open up that aircon unit. Let's just see if there's any impact on the airplane with that now open, because it will act as drag, wouldn't it? $150 odd, 159. So it is having an impact. That's crazy, crazy. Radar altitude works as well, so stick that on 200. We've an absolute barrel load of avionics for nav options, right? Fuel pump will get rid of. Everything over here is looking and sounding great. Let's try some of our tip tanks. So we'll go on the right and we'll go on the left. See the beautiful lights coming on there as well to let you know that your fuel is now being transferred from the tip tanks into the main body. Let's bring up our tablet now. Let's have a look at this engine. So temperatures are hot as a devil here, but, you know. Should it be as hot at the front? With all the airflow, like they should maybe cool down a small bit. Oil pump is doing its stuff. Mags are doing its stuff. The cabin, so we can see the ram air coming in on either side. The aircon unit is now running. So if we wanted to, if we were to reopen these fellas here, look. This will have a huge impact on the cabin temperature. So that's where the ram air is coming in for the front. These are the vents, look. There's a tail inlet as well, and then you have a vent blower. So maybe you can't do that with the aircon on. Maybe one substitutes the other. Aircon unit off. Interesting. Turn the main blower off. Back on again. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? There's our vent blower. Turn that one off. Alternate air. Man, this is pretty good. Cowl flaps are still open, so let's close them. And this should kind of get us back up to speed, right? Cowl flaps are now closed. Are they modelled? Yeah, they're modelled. Look at that. Cowl flaps open. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome, isn't it? That's really nice. Alrighty, right, let's have a bit of fun with this thing. So autopilot off. We'll get rid of the aircon. And we'll actually close in these guys. We're okay for the minute. Don't panic, lads. It's so subtle, but it's brilliant, isn't it? Right, let's see what kind of fun we can have here just by throwing it around, right? It's so fluid. It's so fluid. Right, let's see what we can do here. Can we, well, gain a bit of altitude first, right? That turbocharger sound. There's the beans. Nice. Alright, hold her up. Does the mixture affect the turbo speed? Unsure. Like, your mixture will affect your RPM. Yeah, if there's not enough. Alright, climb up another little bit here now. And let's see how it's going to behave in a stall, right? There's the gear warning. Stall warning. There's a buffet. It recovered quickly. Let's see, can we go a little bit more aggressive there? Right, that's like pure nuts. There's a stall. Easy. Now, hang on, there's a button for that. Easy now. There she goes. And I imagine we can spin it, although it says not to. It's just, it flies so very nice. It's very smooth. And it sounds great, doesn't it? That sounds awesome. That sounds really good. Right, let's see if we can I can't zero this, so hang on. Let's see, can we re-engage our autopilot? Give us 1,000 feet climb. Keep her heading this way. This could be interesting. Brilliant. I imagine you don't want to spin that with fuel in the yeah, 100%. Fuel in the tip tanks. Speaking of which, we're still running the fuel tanks. They're almost empty now. And they would have gone back into the main, they'd have gone back into our main fuel tanks. Which they are, look. Savage. Right, we continue on. What is it like when the hour has dark? Oh, Jesus. Ah, Jesus. Look at this state. So it's very bright back here because I have all our interior lights turned on. And they're stunning. Oh man, look at that colour. That's stunning. Right, let's see what fun we can have with this. That is so pretty, isn't it? That is just gorgeous. Like, look at the detail under here, look. That's savage, isn't it? That kind of quintessential beach colour. It's stunning. Exterior lights. Man alive, look at the lighting. Good nav lights, good strobes, good landing light. Yeah, lighting's good, isn't it? Lighting's very good. And that beautiful shine, that kind of glare coming off the your landing light. That's awesome. Alrighty. There's tons of detail, isn't there? It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, where am I? KRVL. So let's go KRVL. Enter. Enter. Autopilot. Can we go nav, please? Yes. Can we activate nav on our autopilot? Yes. And we'll turn straight to. Awesome. Looking like perhaps the best single GA for this sim. It's got to be up there, right? Like, we've so many great options now, and we're going to check out the Baron next. You know, Dab V wants me to do a barrel roll. Dav, I'll spill me drink if I do that, but because you've asked us, what if you take the plane out of its comfort zone? This won't like that now. There's a good chance we'll all die just for Dabs, you know. Oh, doesn't like it, but it can do it. Oh, Jesus. Really doesn't like it. Dab, don't tell me now you've missed it. You know. Did you win yet, Murph? Oh, sorry, Rox. No, we're not in F1. Thanks, Gibbo. Yeah. Brilliant. Right. Okay. So in terms of just flying the thing, very pretty, right? Let's get the gear warning circuit breaker back in where it belongs. So we're heading back to Mifflin County. We'll do a landing. We're just a few moments out, and next up it's going to be the Baron, guys. Oh look, we can open up the air here. Ah. They've thought of everything, the old Americans, like when it comes to aircon, haven't they? Now do it in VR. Yeah, right. What do you think of it, lads? Are you excited for it? It's very pretty, isn't it? It's very, very pretty. Very pretty. Yeah, this is the turboprop. Yeah, this is the turboprop variant. And like, they're definitely the sort of aircraft you can study with. Let's bring some power back in. That turbocharger sound, man, it's friggin' awesome. Just a beautiful, beautiful aircraft, this thing. The sounds alone. Do you see the exhausts shaking? See that? The very finer details. Yeah, this is the turbocharged variant, correct? Correct and right. Now there is that weather radar. So this will hardly work though, will it?
Oh, behave.
Well, tilt her all the way up there now to see what you can see, right? Dennis C, thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Are the flaps still down? No? No, no. Now it says stab is off, but like... that's down, right? So if I go fully down, will it catch the, will it catch itself? No. Right, go up the road. Because I think they're still looking for, it's looking for precip, right? So, I'll tell you what. Let's get adventurous here, right? Let's see now, can we find a bit of precip with this? Not seeing anything. Maybe work in progress. Maybe work in progress. Now, naturally, the radar can't see the left-hand side, so let's just see if this works. Bring it back into about 20 miles. Less, even. Unlikely she'll see this. Oh, it does, it does, it does! Because the radar is on the right wing, it can't see what was over here. So if we turn and face it, look at that! Oh yeah! There's our precip on our radar. Vertical profile. This should work. There she be. Yeah, so it works. It works. It's pretty cool, right? That's awesome. Alright, back into autopilot. And we're gonna head for home. Drive home with Murphy! Dinner with Murphy! It's great crack, Toto, isn't it? Great crack. It's awesome, isn't it? Alright, so we'll drop in for a landing and then we're going to check out the Baron. What are your thoughts on the Bonanza? Like, I don't know, like, is it a case that you're only interested in the one aircraft, or you definitely want the bundle? I mean, you want the best of both worlds, right? It's a winner, yeah. It's a winner. Bundle me up. Yeah. Bundle for sure. Alright. And again, like, I haven't even touched on our nav options. I mean, we can absolutely fly this thing old school. No GPS at all. We can just go by VOR navigation. Very capable IFR flying machine, this. Very capable. Day and night. And we also have a prop de-icer. Now, we don't have a surface de-icer, so we're going to be somewhat limited, right? Utility category aircraft. Intentional spins prohibited, fair enough. Airspeed limitations. To be used for all-night operations. Flying in fog or clouds. Vicinity, that's grand. Turn strobe lights off. That's normal when you're in cloud. So yeah, man, it's a great bit of kit. It's warm as balls in here. What's going on with my temperature? Yep, being you divil you. And let's get that aircon unit back on for a bit. Like, it's going to be fun exploring this with all the redundancy in the systems. You know what I mean? Yeah, like this, it's a great VFR aircraft, but it's a very capable IFR aircraft. And like, look at the details even, look. The paint cracked, chipped. You guys see that? It's very pretty. Right, there's Mifflin dead ahead. So let me see. Autopilot off. Let's drop out some power here. And that turbo sound, Jesus, it's amazing. Formula Fan, good to see you. $64.99 for the bundle, $44.99 each. Yeah, but you get a discount if you owned them before, which is nice. Now there's two stickers here I'm unsure. Magnetic compass erratic when in prop. Oh, look at that! Your mag compass will be erratic when your air conditioner is on. That's interesting. Keep an eye on the mag compass here, and we turn off the aircon. Let's see what happens, right? Oh, look at that! Do you see the movement? We'll turn it on. It's throwing us off by about friggin', 20 degrees or so. Let's try the prop de-icer. That's awesome. That's friggin' cool, man. That's awesome. Did it ever hold a snake before? No. 20 degrees, you'd be miles out. Right. Get yourself tidied up here, Merv. Oh, doesn't it look nice? That livery is gorgeous. The turbocharged sound. Incredible. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Lunar Jets, it's the upcoming Black Square. This one is the Bonanza. We're going to check out the Baron now in a moment. Alright, what's your speed here? Easy now, Jemima. We'll try and land it. Yeah, if you own the previous aircraft, you can get a discount. Speed 120. Gear coming down. Aircon unit is off, that's what we want. Alright, prop full. Mixture rich. Approach flaps. 100 knots. Feels good. Fullest tank, good call. Left tank it is. Easy now, we'll go full flaps. Get ourselves back in the straight and narrow here. Okay, gear down and locked, flaps are set, mixers rich, fullest tank. Easy now, Jemima. 80 knots, decision height. That's our radar altitude ping. Easy. Alrighty, watch the flare.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Nice. To Blaze, look at the timing, Jesus. Will we make that turn? We won't be far off it. Easy now. Flaps in. Alright. Savage. Easy now. Alrighty, park and brake on. And let's go through it. Blower off. Vent blower off. Taxi lights off. Strobes are already off. Beacons stay on. Avionics coming off. The load meter, need to play around with that later. Standby alternator. Main alternator. Nice. Mags off. Beacon, nav, panel, flood, prop, fuel off. Gyros are spinning down. I wonder, does it have the strobe sound?
Oh, behave.
There's buttons. Lunar Jets, thank you very much. Gyros, man. I can't hear it anyway, but that's not to say it doesn't work. Are we impressed with this machine? So this is the upcoming Beechcraft Bonanza from Black Square. It's due to release next week, lads. Next week. So we're going to move it over and go for another aircraft, and this one is going to be the twin-engined Baron, which is also due to release. Now, what's interesting here is you have 3 different variants, right? 3 different variants. So we could see that we flew the A36 TC. That was the turbocharged. But we also have the TP Bonanza, which is a turboprop. Very different aircraft, completely different. That's condition lever as opposed to mixture. Different kettle of fish. It's going to have a higher speed. What are we talking? 216 to 250. Our turbocharged variant has 1,300 nautical mile range. The turboprop considerably less, but it's a lot faster. It's a lot faster, right? Is there another Bonanza here? There should be 3 of them. Black Square. Black Space Square. There we go. Okay, so that was, here we go. So the A36 standard, 174 knots, 18,500 feet, 915 nautical miles. If we were to go then for the turbocharged variant, we're going from 174 up to 216 knots. We're going from 18,500 feet all the way up to 250. The range, 915 all the way up to 1330. So like the A36, the turbocharged variant, that seems to be like the job. We'll have to load in on this, lads. I can't leave a turboprop sitting there. Let's configure it. We'll have a quick look at the turboprop and then we'll go to the Baron. A choice in some of the liveries, just to give you an idea. We got 3 with this variant. That's pretty. Isn't it mad looking with a turboprop? We'll go with this one. Now, let us see what's going to happen now in any ways. Where's me Mifflin County? In there now. Yes. Now, let us see, friends. Custom user. Should we go with that again? Might as well keep the stream going. I was thinking that, Super Ty. Such is the busy night ahead of me. It's going to be so busy. Alrighty. Look at the state of this. Now, I imagine I need to configure controls and all the devil knows what. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, that works. Let's jump inside. We don't have any camera profiles in there now. All right. Already a very different machine. Let's get creative here with the old weather. Live weather, no. Precip, wind is okay. Precip, drop you down. They're okay. Bring you guys down. There we go. That's the time of day, you big idiot. Well, the sim isn't running as smooth. We'll do something like that. Right. Right, let us set up a couple of... Oh, look at them. We got freaking sharklets on the wings, man. That's nuts. Nuts, I tell you. All right, similar up on top. Similar below. So far as our fuel tank selector, right? Avionics similar to an extent. But that's where the similarities finish up. Look at this. Firewall. Mixed. That's no longer mixture. That's your condition lever. What's this devil? Oh, is that a glitch? No! Oh, hang on. Is that a beta? Right, we'll have beta power with this. Fantastic. Right, other views. Quick look here. This is TBM neck of the woods, isn't it? Crazy. Right, remove that. And we'll bring up our tablet and let's look at some of the changes. So unrestricted beta range. You can show the beta enunciator. But unrestricted, yeah, turn that on. No, we don't need the annunciator. I like the way he's added that though. VATS and monitor, force toggle winglets, hide the radar, and show the dynamic tail. That's all okay. Payload, fuel. So we'll go 50 and 50. Just make sure we have enough. Wheel covers, chocks, engine covers. They're going to be much the same. Engine condition, everything here at the moment is grand. Inertial separator will be needed for our foreign object stuff. FOD for short. Fuel heater, fuel filter, the FCU. Clear the engine, repair the starter, clean the filters, or repair. Electrical system, similar. Cabin, similar, same air conditioning. So this looks like it's very much the engine, and that's going to impact on how well we behave. Some of the new dials we're now looking at, we have ITT, which is internal turbine temperature. Your gas generator, that's RPM effectively. Your prop RPM, and then we have our torque load. Okay. Let's have a look at the state. It's all terribly exciting. And as I said, they're waiting for the fix on Sim Update 4 to fix the tail registration numbers. Isn't it most unusual looking? That's friggin' nuts. Looking at that, so looking at the exhaust, this is that's a PT6, right? Standard aircraft modified by Tornado Alley Turbo with a Tornado Alley Turbo normalizing keeps powered up to 20,000 feet system. Or the Turbo Air Bonanza. This is the B36 TC, isn't it? A36. Okay. A36 TP. So it is. It's using a Pratt & Whitney PT6. Yeah, it's got to be the same, right? It's got to be the same. Sweet. Right. Let's have a look. So it's a Bonanza, you know, but not really. Because look at the friggin' engine. And this is going to sound so very different. Even look here, look. What the? Lights? No, not lights. Exhaust? Or engine outflow or something? That's strange, isn't it? Like, you have your engine exhaust here, but you have more exhaust on it. Man, this is going to be fun to start. This is brilliant looking. It's so weird, isn't it? It's so weird looking. Right. Reset that view, otherwise our camera will be left on the ground. Right, let's prop full. Gear down, parking brake on, flaps up, beacon, master battery. Fire detection test. Annunciator test. Oh man, there's a lot of lights on this one. Nav, panel, flood, taxi, landing, door seals. No way. So, because this machine goes an awful lot higher, what they have here, literally on the door seals, there's like a membrane that expands. Usually use air pressure. It expands to complete the seal, like reinforce the seal around the doors. So we're gonna check this out, right? So we got a switch down here for the door seals. You inflate them. Gyro standby. Turn on that gyro. You can hear the gyro spinning. And there's our instruments coming alive. You gotta love it. Alright. Let me see. Cabin heat, they're all the same. Oil door. The oil door. P3 heat. There's a lot more going on with this machine. This is friggin' awesome. Prop governor. Prop heat test. ignition, generator, fuel pumps. This is going to be a howling minute, lads. What are the chances Murphy will break it now? That's trim. So if we go starter on, pump on, ignition is auto, but we can turn it on manually. Do you hear the? That's awesome. Keep it on auto. Auto. And let's go for the starter and then we'll introduce fuel. Oh, the sounds. Up you get. Speed is good. $790. Good start. Generator on. The sounds. Jeez, the sounds. Okay, now we're running on a generator, right? So, where can I see the generator load? So the generator's on, right? I can turn off the generator and then we'll use our standby alternator. That should do it, right? So generator off, low voltage, standby alternator on. Maybe that's for our external power. Generator on, reset. All right. Man, this sounds good. Right, what else I want to do? I want to mess with that door seal inflation. Would that be in the cabin? Yes. So see here, look. The door seals, literally, it's an air-driven system that it pumps air into the membrane and they act as a seal. Right? Now, I don't know if we visually see it. Let's have a look at the door. Well, you might see it. They usually live in here. So if we see those expanding, we know exactly what they're doing. And the same over here. Right? We should see it in here. So, well, let's try it. It's increasing. I wonder, can we see it? There's definitely something there, but whether or not that's it, let's see, can we reach it from here? Maybe not. Maybe you can see it from the outside. Oh, the sounds. Oh, the sounds. Jesus. Right, Avionics. An ice door, look. Man, the sounds of this machine. The sounds of this machine. Unbelievable. Mind your ears now. Ah, that's your inertial separator. Got you now. Got you now. So hang on. What are we saying? The eyesore. You know, that's the eyesore. So that's our inertial separator. Let's just verify that looking at the engine. Yeah. So your inertial separator. If we were to turn that off, that door should close. Yes. Well done. Well done. Right, so we're saying about the door seal. Now, I don't think there's like a safety switch for that. It's just either on or off. And we can see that the door seals are there. We can see the pressure look. You know what I mean? So it's showing that the door seals are there. You know. Okay. The switch is in the gear bay. Where do you see it? Oil door? No? Oh, could be. No, like we just have a switch here on the dash. Door seal inflate or deflate. And when we press those, they come up in the tablet. So you can see them deflating now. So I was just looking for like, you know, a visual membrane. But it doesn't seem to be. I'm not even sure if that's a feature. Just, I mean, that's where my head would be. Now, one thing testing this, if we inflated that and then tried to open the door, wouldn't they pop? Or pop off, right? Yeah, it broke the seal, look. That's interesting. And as you close the door, it reinflates. That's awesome. Right, the sounds, lads. Beta range, Jesus! That's incredible, isn't it? So from inside here...
Hello there.
Dude, that's so cool. That is so cool, isn't it? It's ridiculous, man. Ice deflector, so that's your inertial separator. That can stay open. Let's have a look here now. We'll just bring it for a quick old, you know, how do you do, matron? Man alive, the sounds of this thing. Easing out. Now why is that ignition light green, even though it's set to auto? Interesting. The sounds are really good, aren't they? It's like putting an F1 engine in a Ford Focus, right? Like, that's not even full beta. Right, let's see what we can do with this. Just the ground's a bit bumpy here, isn't it? Mifflin, Jesus. Man, look at that wing. Isn't it gorgeous? Right, one notch of flaps. This thing is going to be a friggin' rocket ship. Alright, sports fans. Let's do a thing with a yoke. Are we ready? Power coming in. Look at the speed, man. Look at the friggin' speed. Oopsie daisy. Jeez. Now, if I close that inertial separator, I should see an increase in our torque, right? Yeah. See the increase in torque? Man, he's you wouldn't expect anything less. That's incredible. Dave Cleary, good to see you. Yeah, these I got a chance to show off the Baron and the Bonanza from Black Square. They're on the way from Microsoft Flight Sim. Whoa. Trim is a little bit off. Easy now. Do I have an electric trim button? No. Easy now, Jemima. Such is the climb rate on this Mohawkie. There we go. Easy now. And like, we can get all the way up to 25,000 feet in this. Madness. Oh, isn't it cool looking? Bonanza. I mean, this is a Bonanza. Rambach Mort, exactly, man. That's a proper Bonanza. Oh, yeah, man. That's so nice. Overspeed warning. I reckon you're going to get that quite a lot in this machine. Exceeding manifold pressure, look. Jesus. It's beautiful. No ice protection. So we have a prop de-icer and a pitot heat, but there's no de-icing. There's no surface de-icer. Like, there's no boots. Look. It is so strange to see that in a Bonanza. That's awesome. That's just awesome. Right. It's Baron time, folks. It is time to have a look at the Beech Barons. Jesus. So, Black Square. And here we go. So we know and love the Dukes. The Dukes were just beautiful. However, with the Baron, we have the Baron 58 Professional. We have a Baron 58P Professional. And then we have the Baron 58 TC Professional. So, the Beechcraft Baron. Let's have a look at this. So, this machine, first introduced back in 1960. There's been about 7,000 of these aircraft built, and they're still in production. It first flew in 1960. The Baron 55, then we had the 95, the D55, and so on. Then we had the 56, and then the Baron 58, introduced in the year 1969. The larger, more powerful Baron 58 was developed from the Baron 55 with increased gross rate gross weight, and depending on the variant, the Baron 58 is fitted with either a Continental IO, the 520 or 550. So, in 1976, the turbocharged Baron, the 58TC, and also the pressurized variant, the 58P, were introduced. The variants were powered by turbocharged Continental TSIO 520s. That's given them about 320 odd horsepower. It had an increased gross weight capacity and were certified under the FAR 23 new type certificate. These models were capable of cruising at around 200 knots at 8,000 feet. Jeez. 1984, the instrument panel was redesigned to eliminate the large central column and the engine controls mounted high on the instrument panel to clear it up. In the pre-1984 models, optional dual control yokes, the arm to the right hand of the yoke partially blocks the radios. So I think we're going to go for either, I reckon the TC. So the Baron P introduced in 1976, as was the TC. The pressurized, powered by two Continental TSIO 520 turbocharged piston engines. They're priced at around $200,000. Joel is here. Good to see you, Joel. Or the TC variant. Turbocharged engines powered by 310 horsepower Continental TISO 520s. It first flew in October in 1975, priced at $170,000. 151 aircraft were sold. I think we're going to go with the old TC, lads. We'll go with the TC. Turbocharged for the win. Let's have a look at some of the livery options we have. So, I mean, they're just all pretty. Oh, look at that's very nice. Jesus, then. Yeah, we got some nice options here. But it has to be that one, doesn't it? We have the news. Yes, we'll have the news in about an hour as well. We're flat out today. Right, now, back into Mifflin for the crack. You're going to be sick of me by the end of today. Right. Anyway, let's jump in and see what happens here. Flight conditions. We'll just go few clouds. The windage down a smidgen. There we go. And let's see what happens here. I'm getting ready to buy the 8-way Aerostar. Yeah, Aerostar is so good, though. You'll really enjoy that plane. There's, like, lads, we're having just, like, in general aviation, it's incredible, you know. I haven't eaten yet, but sure, listen, there's plenty of storage on me super tie, you know. I can work off the reserve tank for a while, I'd say. Brilliant. I can say it. Right. Right, now, let me see. Into here. Are eating good? The now we absolutely are. For now we are, yes. Okay, let's get our control set up here. This will be interesting. Yes, it works. On up to here. And we'll go camera. Drop us into the cockpit, please. Oh, look at the state of this. It's all terribly nice. Right. Let's set up some views. Oh, yeah. Look at the wings. Oh, man alive. Look at the state of this machine. Similar. Fuel tank. Ooh, very different. Oh, look at the carpet. Yes. Bring us back to the 70s out of that, will you? Oh, we got a key for the baggage door, look. Nice, nice. Avionics. Yes. Let us get a nice vantage viewpoint out the front. Yes. And well, let us set up some nice views here. Let's see. Into the. Oh, look at this state. 1970 rang. They want their interiors back. Brilliant. Brilliant. All right, let's see. We want. Well, I suppose this view would be nice. Hang on now. In you go. There we are. And then our right wing. Man alive, this is a fine, fine machine, isn't it? Look at that. What a view. Right. Matty, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, October 18th. Just booked the day off work, lads. Right. So let's look at the exterior first, although we'll go down to the tablet. And what do we have here? Load with covers and chocks. Yes. Hide windshield hot plate. No, we want that. Show dynamic registration. No, because it's not working yet. Payload. Wheel covers, chocks, engine covers, external power is there as well. Nose, pilot and cabin doors. Why not? Left, right engine, electrical system, similar, cabin, and then our failures. Right. Let's explore this, shall we? So the Baron. We've been needing a decent Baron, haven't we? Like, the Dukes are really good, but this is just, you know, it's a Baron, like. Stunning detail. And we have what looks to be icing boots on this aircraft. So there are de-icing capabilities. And 4 tanks? Jesus. 4 fuel tanks, at least. Beautiful prop spinner. Dirt and grime all over the shop. It's not a brand new airplane. It is a machine of the 70s. And I don't even think they're... Oh, that is LED. Well, it's not LED. That's like a fluorescent. Nose cone. I wondered, is there a weather radar built into this? Load in accordance with your weight and balance. That's all very nice detail. Air intake. But that's an unusual design. It's only on one side. Look. We got our pedostatic tube cover. Engine intakes. They're really interesting, look. So you have like the front, but also one at the side. Can you imagine, like, that's imagine the power that's taken in. We got a nice ice light out here, look. That's where our external power plugs in. I imagine we could check engine oil and all that jazz. We'll have a look at that now in a moment. Textron bought Beechcraft back then, yeah. The base here in Providence. Oh, were they? Really? No way. Again, you have like those little cracks in the paint, the little imperfections, just to give it the look that, look, this is an aircraft, not brand new. It's been used, you know, but it looks the part. All our trim tabs, everything here looks bang on. Now, do we have any fancy aircon? Not underneath, so I imagine our aircon lives on top here, perhaps. Probably out of one of the engines, right? There's or something. So I would hazard a guess and say that's our aircon unit. Or the condenser, at least. Oh, it's very pretty, isn't it? Very pretty. Zybot, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Matt, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome in, buddy. All right. Let's have a gawk at this, shall we, lads? So we've tons of options here with like door openings and stuff, right? I kind of like all this. So let's close these now. Jump into this side. I'm gonna close you as well. Where's the door handle? Here we go. I mean, look at the state of the carpet, look. You've seen that before, you know. In your granny's front room or something. Tray table works as well. It's just one of those things. It's just a nice little thing to play with, isn't it? The Baron was such an understated and underrated aircraft. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a nice place to sit, though, right? I mean, the only thing that are missing are curtains. Whether or not we'll see a curtain option, but like a lot of these older aircraft had curtains inside, do you know? Now, look at this. So remove the control lock. There's a whole load of stuff going on. So we have the similarities. All our circuit breakers. Headphone jack is where it should be. We've more circuit breakers underneath, right? So the first kind of difference is we have our fuel valves below. They're both on. Cowl flaps. Let's open them, guys. They look fully open. There they are. What else do we have? We have trim tab or trim wheel. All our... Jesus, right. So battery, left and right alternator, master avionics switch, pitot heats, fuel vent, stall heat, brand, windshield, prop, surface de-icer, which we didn't have in the Bonanza, right? Air conditioning blowers. It's like a dual system. So you have an air conditioner and then you just have a heater. Fuel boost pumps, gear handle, annunciator test, oxygen, mag switches, ice light strobe, beacon nav flood, panel, taxi, landing, and landing. Pair of landing lights. Okay. Moving across, then we can see our fuel indicator tanks, de-icing pressure, prop amps. So that's all to do with our de-icing. Coming up on the main panel, then we can see manifold pressure left and right, RPM left and right, fuel flow, cylinder head temperature, and then oil temperature and pressure. Right. Instrument air. So that's our main source. So we can change your alternate source for that. That's all to do with the vacuum system and that. Fox, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, dude, it's incredible. Low thrust left and low thrust right. To read up on that. What else do we have? We have our fancy avionics. It makes you feel like home, even though we're not at home. And of course, then we can see our CO2 reader here, which looks the part. And what else do we have? Our little window. And then if your aircraft decided to ice up, this little heat shield here clears up, which is kind of mad looking. So if I just start closing things with the keys and stuff, do you hear the sounds? Payload. So we're going to remove the engine covers, the pitot covers, and the wheel chocks, and they'll all appear in the aircraft. So you can do it by hand or you can do it by the tablet. You have all the options there. Right, let's have a look at the engine. So there is an oil pump, but I suspect this is not like the Duke because I didn't see a pre-oiler switch. Did you? I didn't see an engine pre-oiler. So that oiler pump is probably very high pressured, high powered. And as soon as you start turning stuff on, she'll scream at you. You know what I mean? Got friends, Mike Road is here. Good to see you, buddy. I enjoyed flying the analog Baron a lot in FSX as well as X-Plane 11. This looks like a must buy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like they did the steam gauge variant a couple of years back and it was really nice. But this is just like, this is it. This is next level. Next level. Right, gear handle down, flap handle up. Go ahead and turn on the master battery switch. Beacon and nav lights turned on. Gyro spinning. Backup instrument spinning.
Hello there.
And we've a couple of test buttons. Annunciator panel test. Looking good. There's no fire detection on this one. Although we do have an engine monitor alarm. This is interesting now with two engines. Hangar Studios, good to see you. They had me at the carpet, right? MacNut, welcome in. Yeah, right? Okay, surface de-ice now. Don't need to worry about those. So we have our fuel is already on. So we're going to open our prop. We'll go right side mixture. And we're going to engage the fuel pump. We have low. Let's look at the fuel flow now. Up to about 3. Put it to high. Up to about 5. Fuel pump off. Let's see what happens here. We'll try the right. And sure, listen. Let's see what happens. We'll say clear prop. Open the throttle. Jesus, the sound of that. Hang on, I need a minute. I'll be back in a few. Jesus. All right, right alternator coming on. Sounds wonderful. Let's go for the left side now. So we're going to go mixture full. We're going to go fuel booster. We're just doing this to kind of prime the engine here. Okay. Right, left, both. Clear prop. Oh, she didn't like that. A little bit more power. Ooh, interesting. Alright, get the mixture out of there. Let's see if we need to just clear the L plugs. Could have been over primed. interesting. Think, Murphy, think. I don't necessarily want to turn on the fuel for this, but maybe this will help with the fuel on. We'll try it. She nearly fired. So not enough fuel pressure, maybe? No, we primed it. We primed it. Alright, good start. Disappear the tablet for the moment. Left alternator coming on. Let's balance out what we're doing. Keep these guys at 1,000 RPM. Panel lights. Oh, look at the panel lights. Jesus, they're fantastic. We're 26 degrees inside here. Let's go ahead. Close our window. And do we have the same crack here? There's our alternate air. Here's our cabin air vents. You can actually hear the audible change. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, I say. Right, okay, let's have the avionics. Ooh. So it's not liking the cowl flaps being open. That's interesting. Or maybe it's just letting us know that they're there, you know what I mean? Right, both engines are good. Let us now mess around with the aircon. So it's 27 degrees inside in the cabin, right? So let's have a look at what we can do when it comes to our aircon. Heater, blower, exhaust, ram air conditioning unit. So we'll have to watch this again, right? So we're going to say, right, we're going to put the blower on. We'll try the AC. Target is going to be 3 degrees, so that's going to be cold. We've already realised there's our aircon flap opening. We already learned from the Bonanza, if our RPM is too low, there's not enough power in the system to power up the aircon. So I was looking for about 1200 RPM. So let's increase our power and wait for this guy to start spinning. See the green light coming on? Our aircon is now running. That's nuts. That's nuts. Right, let me see. Ice light will turn on for the crack. I'm going to turn on the de-icing pressure. So that's the boots now filling up. Look, see the boots? You guys see the extra? See the ribs in it? And see them closing off? So he's visually put the de-icing stuff in there. That's awesome. Let me see. Fuel vent, windshield, prop de-icer, surface de-icer. They're all fine right now. We'll go ahead and get our lights on because we'll check it from outside. And we'll have a listen to the sounds, will we, right? AC doors open, but we knew that, right? 3 degrees, yeah, but it's hot as balls in here, you know. Right, let's check this out. Sounds.
Hello there.
Hear the turbocharger? What's better than one turbocharger? 2 turbochargers. It's incredible. So these aircraft, they're due to release next week, next Tuesday, lads. And as we continue on with our stream for tonight, we will have the news coming up now shortly. This week's Flight Sim news. Got Friends are in the house. We're going to be showcasing their newest addition to the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is that of the Aeropract Vixen, the A32, and that's due to release tonight. We're going to be showcasing that. We're going to be checking out Svalbard from Inibills, and then a little bit later on we're going to be showcasing the C-130J on the way for DCS. So we're jam-packed. There's nothing else to do, lads. Put on the kettle, order fast food, and just stay at home. Right, let's close the old aircon. Hear the sound different even from the fans. And the aircon, I mean, you can hear that flap opening. That's ridiculous. Try the vent blowers. And the aircon blower.
Hello there.
RPM up. Get the AC on. Oh man, that's nuts, isn't it? Gabrielle, welcome in, buddy. Jock, brilliant. Alright, that's very, very impressive. Alright, so let's see, can we get this thing airborne, shall we? Cowl flaps, let's close them. And let's just keep an eye on the engines left and right. Unfeathering accumulator. Interesting. Will that change now when I adjust the angle of the prop? No, look at the turbocharger RPM. Savage. Right, let's see what we can do here. Right, Betsy. Let's come off the brakes. Small bit of power. So this one is the this is Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. That's what we're showcasing at the moment.
Hello there.
Flaps. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Walter, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Very happy Wednesday, lads. Today is a great day. It's a great day. These are just a week away. Like this. Oh my god, like the options now when it comes to general aviation in the sim is just... There's a low voltage warning. That's interesting. Alright, let's taxi down. We'll do a quick run-up test when we get down here. Awesome sounds, man. Awesome sounds. 22 degrees inside the cabin now. But yeah, so anyone who's waiting on the DCS stuff, lads, if you can just bear with me, like we've quite a bit to get through tonight. If you're waiting on the Got Friend stuff with the Vixen, you don't have too long to wait. I'm so excited to show this stuff off tonight, man. It's freaking awesome. Interesting. Alrighty, so kind of half point ourselves into the wind-ish, kind of. Engage the park and brake. Now we're going to go mixture rich. And let's increase our RPM up to 2,000. And we'll work on the mags first. Right engine, let's go for the right mag. There's the drop. We can see our prop.
Hello there.
Back to both. Ian, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. Alright, we're looking good. Left engine, right mag. There's a drop. Back to both. Back to both. It's so smooth. 2200. Let's cycle the prop. So like the first prop cycle, it's always going to be that little bit slower. That's done really well. Right, quick check on our alternators. Let's disengage the right alternator, left alternator take its load. Disengage the left alternator, the right alternator takes its load. Pitot heat can come on. Fuel vent don't need. Stall and heater, yes. That's kind of it. Cowl flaps we don't need. All our lights are on. Flaps are set. Brakes off. Let's try this. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Can you do a flyby on Microsoft Flight Sim, asks Roy? You kind of can. It's not great, but you kind of can. Now, there are like third-party camera options that you absolutely can. But we'll do one here now in a moment. I'll show you now in a moment. So we're going to set 3,000 feet. And let's just sit tight here for the moment. We're going to get our heading bug centered. Keep the RPM up a little bit. Easy now. Okay, heading bug, flight director on. We're going to arm heading. We're going to arm... I reckon 1,500 feet should be no bother to this machine. Right, lads, are we ready? Let's fly. Off the brakes. Power coming in. Jesus! Speed alive, 60. 80. Looking for 90. Oopsie daisy. Pause the ready to climb. Gear up. Tapping our toe brakes. Flaps in. Autopilot engage. There she goes. Oh man, the sounds. Prop sync. Actually, let's calm it down. Roughly there. Prop sync engaged. Flaps are in. We're looking good. Mind your ears now, right? Oh, yeah. Brilliant. All right, so we're going to climb up to 3,000 feet. Leave this stuff off. We're not going to need it, I don't think. Outside air temperature, 20 degrees, it's fine. Flying at work, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Yeah, sounds are so good. And you have headphone simulation, just like you have in the Bonanza. Let's open up the air vents. Yeah, this sounds like... The sounds change, man. Gorgeous. Let's check out the night lighting on this craft. Oh man alive. Isn't it only savage, isn't it? I mean, look at that, lads. Right? Friggin' gorgeous. Beautiful. And that ice light is doing this thing. Look, see this? I mean, we can really, really see that leading edge. And if we just turned off the ice light. See the difference? Oh man, the strobes are really good. Oh yeah. He hit a home run with the lighting. It's only on one side, I imagine, the ice light. Yeah. Then we've all these internal lights we can play around it as well. I'm sure there's more lights back here. And back there. Isn't that awesome? Gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. Now let's see if we have some fun with this. So we just killed the right engine and I've stuck it into feather. And let's see what happens. So you saw the aircraft drop. We feathered the prop. And it will stop. There she goes. Is that fully feathered? That's awesome. Levitating grav, good to see you, buddy. It's still windmilling, kinda. Oh, hang on, kill the throttle. We try a left turn, that'll slow down the right side. There she goes. Physics, man! It has physics! We slowed the airflow hitting off that prop by making a left turn. And it stopped it. Not deadly, isn't it? Now, what if I were to turn right? That'll increase the speed hitting that prop. Would it be enough to windmill it? Probably not. Probably not. Alright. Right, can we start it back up again though? This is going to be the question. So, we're going to say... we're going to activate the prop. Unfeather. Do you see the prop turning? See the angle moving with that prop? Jeez, there she goes. Mixture. And let's see where the mags fire. There she goes. So the engine monitor alarm, will this reset itself, I wonder? Low thrust, we can see that. So fuel flow, nothing. So it's like it's just spinning. Let's bring the throttle back in. There she goes. That's so good, isn't it? That is so good. And you can hear it, like if you're in like just normal stereo sound, you can hear the difference between the speed of both props. Outside wing is faster turning left, is it? Interesting. Man, the sounds of this thing. It's so good. Oh wait, hang on, yeah. If you're on the left-hand side, the wing is dipped. If you only could visualise what goes on inside my own head when I try to visualise airflow when you're banked and turning. I always would have thought the inner wing because it's deflecting more of the wind, no? Levitating grav, yes. There should be a viewer warning. Warning, this stream today will cost you money. It's not inverted. Isn't it gorgeous though, isn't it? Like, it is fabulous. It's fabulous. If you're making a left turn, the outside wing turns faster. Sure, but what about the airflow hitting the wing? No? Right wing is the pivot. Yeah. Murph, there was a big DCS update just now. Oh, balls, was there? We'll have to we'll keep an eye on that. We will have to find out. Interesting. Make a loop. Jeez, my watch is absolutely going nuts. Right. Stall characteristics, which I imagine is going to be the same as what we had, right? There's the gear warning. Stall warning. Hold the nose. Everything's just so very fluid, you know what I mean? How it handles and that. Like even rudder input, it's so smooth. Jesus, you spill your tea. Zyron, yeah. Like, think of the gate opening. That's, you know, that's what I was trying to visualize in my head, right? But in my mind, if you're opening a gate that way, the outside part of the gate has to move faster. You know what I mean? This is really nice, lads. This is a cracker. It sounds so good. That's friggin' awesome, man. What a machine. Jefferson 2001, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
It's only gorgeous. It's only gorgeous. So, the Bonanza and the Baron, both on the way to Microsoft Flight Sim, being released just next week. Next week, right? So, yeah, looking forward to this one, man. Absolutely fantastic. What do you think, lads? Amazing or what? It's stunning. It really, really is. It's a wonderful package. Both the Baron and the Bonanza, they're incredible, man. How does it compare to the Dukes? It's every bit as good as the Duke, or they're every bit as capable of the Dukes. different capability with the aircraft itself, but in terms of like the sounds, the systems, how it flies, it's up there, man. It's the Duke's only getting better, you know what I mean? Mothana, the bundle is available over on Just Right's website. Is that the ticket there? Dish. Click on the link there. If you already own the analog variants, you will get a discount. It's so good. It's so good. I didn't need it until I saw the turbine bonanza, right? No, I don't know. Wait, it's turbine. You know, can the engines be damaged? They can, but in terms of like visually seeing like smoke and fires and stuff, no, I don't think so. You can certainly damage them though. You run them hard enough, you'll break them. So engine condition on both engines right now is 100%, as in it's all good. But if I absolutely push them over the limit, you'll see degradation then in the engines. Still the caravan to come, yeah. Drummer, good to see you. Not only the Grand Caravan, but also he's doing an Aero Commander. Ooh, that's going to be gorgeous. Yeah, the Aero Commander, man. I'm really looking forward to that. But these are excellent. From a general aviation perspective, when you consider the aircraft that are currently available in the sim now, we are spoiled for choice. And now there's more coming. It's awesome. It's real good. And they fly so very well. And you have tons of options. Anything from your navigational equipment, GPSs. I mean, you don't need GPSs if you don't want them. You can really make this thing old school. If you were to say, look, give me the, make it old school, man. Right? Ooh. Right, we'll have to go by VOR navigation. It's pretty cool, right? I think is it the 690B, I think. Anyone know there'll be a cargo variant for the caravan? Yes, there will. What happens if you press the wrong button? Does the plane crash? It can do. Yeah, you press the wrong buttons. Yeah, you'll drop. It's so good, isn't it? It's so good. Right, friends. So what we need to do now? Well, we need to we need to do the news. Brilliant. Right. So what time of the day is it? It's not. We're a little bit early, but we've a lot to cover tonight. So it is going to be now time for the news, and we'll get ourselves set up here. There's no point breaking the stream. We'll stay going. We'll stay going. But I have a couple of things to do. How do we do this now? Do we just go in and edit the stream names? Is that what we do? Let's see. I can edit the stream info. Let's see. I can do that for Twitch. Now, whether or not I can do that for the order, right? Kazaki, good to see you. You kind of got 24 working. Nice, buddy. Nice. Let's see here now. So, oh wait, hang on. Sure, YouTube is going to give out to me if I'm not doing the right stream, I think. Yeah, okay, right. I'll tell you what we're going to do, because right. It's now 1941 local, or 1841 Zulu, right? We need to now move on to the next part of tonight. So what I'm going to do, Jordan, don't worry, we'll be back in a few minutes. And if you want to look at the black square stuff, just watch the VOD, buddy. Just watch the VOD. So we're going to be back live in just a few minutes. Give us about 20 minutes, lads, right? And it just means I can restart stuff and install the stuff that I need and the streams. And yeah, we'll be going live then once again in about 20 minutes. All right. So go have a cup of tea. Cup of tea now, and before you know it, sure, we'll be back, right? And if you're on YouTube, you'll see there'll be a different link. That's probably the handiest. All right. So we'll see you all in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Do not touch anything. You know, especially you. You know, with the face. It's usually the best. It's the best way to do things. You know what I mean? Usually the best way to do things. is no matter what sort of a day you're having, just come in and just have a bit of a slag with me, you know? Oh! Oh, me knee! Oh, hang on! I'm after bashing me knee! Dublin. Pascal Sheehy, RTE. Is Pascal Sheehy still doing the news? Oh, there's Gimmo, look! He almost turned it over. Gimmo, you nearly rolled it.
Yeah, baby.
Did you just say that? He nearly rolled the trailer coming in. Hilarious.
Cheers, Gibbo.
Yeah, we can hear you. Do you know? Ah, don't hit me with a frying pan! Oh, jeez! This is here! You just hit me with a frying pan!
Make a noise.
Of course I made a noise! You hit me with a frying pan in my head!
Turn around.
Why would you hit me with a frying... Don't hit me again! Ah! Yes, it makes a noise! You're hitting me with a frying pan! Annalisa, did you put her up to that? Jesus, me head! Oh, who hit someone? I mean, come on! Who hit someone with a frying pan, for God's sake? Oh, very hollow sounding. What? What are you talking about, hollow sounding? Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta. Get out of the beta. Ah!